policies have been in place. The guidelines have been put out there. Reopening America again. This is what we're working on. And states are starting to open up. And they're being driven by these guidelines and by the fact that they see that Americans have had enough. It's time to get things going. We've reached our peak. We're coming down on the number of cases. And it's time to get things reopened. Business Insider estimates that 95% of the American public have been under lockdown in some form or fashion, some varying degree, and it's time to get things open. So they did a great report on how some of the states are opening, and we're not talking about May 1st. We're talking about things that are starting to happen this week, right now. Here's a report from Business Insider. South Carolina Governor Harry McMaster was one of the latest to issue a statewide stay-at-home order from all the states who have issued such orders, doing so on April 7th. On Monday, he said that department stores and some other businesses previously deemed non-essential would be allowed to reopen if they abided by social distancing guidelines. That includes clothing stores, furniture stores, and florist shops, reported Josiah Bates for Time. Public beaches will also open back up Tuesday, depending on local jurisdiction guidance. So Georgia is also one of those states that's really moving forward because of their record, because of the gating criteria that they've met, this 14-day low symptoms, low cases of coronavirus, hospitals being able to be prepared, testing being available. Georgia's ready to move forward, and here's that report. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp will allow businesses to begin reopening in phases over the weekend, he said during a Monday news conference. Gyms, hair salons, barbershops, fitness centers, and massage therapy centers will be allowed to reopen Friday as long as they follow social distancing and regular sanitation, reported Business Insider's Jake LaHoot. Next Monday, restaurants, private social clubs, and movie theaters can also open, but bars, nightclubs, amusement parks, and other businesses will remain closed pending further advice from public health experts. Or earlier, at President Trump's press conference, he was asked about the states reopening. After he issued these guidelines, he was asked about the states that are basically ready to go. There are a lot of states across the country that have met already this 14-day criteria to get things going into what he calls phase one of the reopening. And here's his comments.
Will they be able to go to phase one as early as, say, tomorrow if the governor decides?
You're talking about those states that are in great shape already?
Yes.
They will be able to go literally tomorrow, yes, because they've met all of the guidelines. If you go back, you're going back 14 days, you're going back even a month, and they have the ones that I'm thinking about, the ones that I've already spoken to governors about, they've met those guidelines actually pretty long ago.
So what do you think? Is your state ready to open? Are you ready for it to open? Keep in mind that this is not these states, despite what the media will probably say, especially in the next coming week or two, it's not states just acting crazy. It's just not states just being pushed by the public. They're following guidelines. They want to do this safely. We need to reopen. We need to reopen safely. So is your state ready? How has your lockdown been? I'd really like to know that. So please let me know in the comments. As these states are opening, though, other states are just going crazy. We covered Gretchen Whitmer over in Michigan with her crazy lockdown rules, how you could buy caulk, but you can't buy paint. You can't do home and gardening, which would help you at home when you're being isolated, all sorts of things like that. Now she's in even more trouble. Steve Gruber, a talk show host over in Michigan, has talked about how they have been banking. Sources tell him they've been banking COVID stats so they can make things look worse for longer so lockdowns can continue. And here's a report from Steve Gruber. Michigan, according to the University of Washington, is now well past its peak in the outbreak of cases. The highest number of new cases was reported on April 3rd with 1,953, and the highest number of deaths was reported April 10th at 205. However, the April 10th numbers were inflated because 30 old deaths were arbitrarily added to that day's count. The intent is to create the perception of a new surge. The idea is if a new surge can be shown, the governor can justify her lockdown on businesses and people. We've also learned that anyone that dies with COVID-19 in Michigan is listed as having died from the disease, even suicides, and those in hospice sick from the other illnesses. So, in addition to that, in addition to this lockdown possibly continuing, she's also under fire for poorly improperly awarding a contract for COVID tracing. She awarded this contract for COVID contact tracing to a company, to a data company that has massive political ties and whose leader, whose CEO, is massively anti-Trump, and she did not go through the proper channels. And here's that report from Fox News. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer's administration acknowledged Tuesday that normal protocols were bypassed when a no-bid contract for coronavirus contact tracing was awarded by the state to Great Lakes Community Engagement, which is operated by well-known Democrat consultant Michael Kohlhaas, who has previously written that President Trump should, quote, get coronavirus ASAP, and that someone should, quote, do the country a favor and cough on that man. Facebook post reviewed by Fox News show. So she awards this contract to Democrat operatives, which poses a big deal when you're talking about private health data in the hands of Democrat data mining company, people that work, Democrat company that works with data. Now they're contracted to handle private health data from people. It's not good. It's not good at all. The pressure was intense. So yesterday, she said that contract was canceled. It shouldn't have been awarded. She didn't say why it was awarded in the first place, but it's canceled now. So Michigan is just a mess right now, and we'll see how things are going. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed that quick hit, but before you go, there's more. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you'll be notified, then check out the full show that this quick hit came from, and when you're done with that, here's another video just for you. Hope you enjoy it. Have a great day.